After a 3-week wait, JJK is finally back. It felt like the wait would never end, but to be fair, at least we were left with a really solid chapter to sit on. As always, if you enjoyed the video and want more JJK content, do be sure to drop a like and subscribe to Polar Remote notifications on to never miss an upload. We upload almost daily and love to have you join in on our discussions. With that said, let's get into this new chapter. We open with Naoya's usual unpleasant energy. He'd rudely greet Maki, going as far as to say yikes, what a face, then confirming that this injury really wouldn't heal. Maki wouldn't let this upset her much and would counter by saying that she thought Naoya only judged women by their asses, not their faces. Naoya wasn't fazed and continued to look down on her, reminding her that not only can't she use cursed techniques, but she also can't see cursed spirits, and now her face is wrecked. No one will ever look in her direction. Pretty harsh words from Naoya. We had a 3-week break to come back to a classic case of misogyny. Anyway, we then see a flashback of Naoya with his foot on Maki as he stood over her, and at this time asked Maki if he should bully her like he used to. He's been lonely lately after all. Maki would again remain composed, she'd say nothing, and Naoya would lastly ask her if she's going to follow Okotsu and Megumi like a lapdog now. Angered, he'd call her scum and command her to speak. Bold stuff. Naoya very clearly has no respect for Maki, and while it's a little sad to see her just take it, in the situation we have to accept that she has more important things on her mind right now. We then transition to a tunnel where Maki would walk alone until a voice called out to her. A woman would tell her to come back and remind her that she's not allowed to enter the cursed warehouse. Maki would with confidence show the key and reply that the clan head gave her permission to go do this. We then get a flashback to a conversation between Maki and Fushiguro. They were discussing Fushiguro's new role as head of the Zenin clan. He was not interested. It sounded like too much of a hassle, but Maki needed him to do it. Now Obito left the entire Zenin fortune to him after all. This means money, cursed tools, and information on the big three families. Maki would then let Fushiguro know that the way they would operate from now on will change drastically. Fushiguro would insist that Maki should do it, but she knew no one would accept her or follow her the way she is now. She would then attack him with reasoning, explaining why he's the right choice, reasons which include Gojo favoring him. Fushiguro would still try to persuade her, letting her know that acceptance isn't important after all. She'd receive all the benefits by simply becoming the leader, same as he would. But again, she knew she wasn't good enough. She wouldn't be able to create a place her sister Mai would feel like she belongs. Fushiguro would stop here. He understood, maybe because of his connection with his own sister. We'd snap back to the tunnel now, and the woman would now shout, "I said come back here," and then ask Maki why she's always like this. Now, as if going for the kill, the woman now revealed to be Maki's mother would say, "For once, make me glad I gave birth to you, Maki." Wow, just wow. Maki is taking a beating in this chapter, and it only continues from here, I'm sorry to say. Maki would keep going though, and reach a large door, and with the key, she'd open it. Her eyes would immediately grow wide. It was her father next to a pool of blood. He'd tell her that there are no cursed tools here. He'd anticipate what she planned to do, and so emptied the room. The pool of blood was now revealed to be that of Mai, who would now with all her strength yell out and ask Maki why she'd come here. Just then, we'd go to a different scene. It was a conversation between Naoya and Jinichi. They were discussing Fushiguro being the next head of the clan. Jinichi would explain that through him, they have a chance of repairing relations with the Gojo clan and also the Kamo clan because of Fushiguro's connection to Noritoshi. Getting rid of him without reason would only hurt the Zenin clan. We then see that Jujutsu headquarters had deemed Gojo an accomplice in the Shibuya incident, making him exiled from the Jujutsu world. Removing his seal is now considered a criminal act. Jinichi intends to take advantage of this. They must execute Fushiguro, Maki, and Mai as rebels for plotting to free Gojo. Wow, the Jujutsu Kaisen world is just absolutely insane. It never ceases to amaze. Oji killing his own daughter would boost credibility and build trust. The only question is, can he handle that? But it would seem so, because it would now be revealed that this was his own idea. The fight would now begin. Oji would activate Falling Blossom emotion. The domain counter Falling Blossom changes when used in a sword standoff. It covers itself in curse energy to attack anything that it comes into contact with. Apparently Mai was spared to use as a bargaining chip in case Maki had come with any unknown cursed tools. Mai came wielding a cursed tool known as Dragon Bone. It accumulates force and curse energy and ejects them out from the back of the blade in accordance with the user's will. Maki's plan was to take advantage of the fact that he's unfamiliar with the cursed tool's ability, intending to strike a second or third time instead of going for a one blow finish. Oji would prepare to strike and ask Maki now if she knows why the former head of the Zenin clan was his older brother Naobito and not him. Maki would ask if it's because he's a bastard willing to kill his own children. Oji would now swiftly unsheath his katana, and in an instant, he'd immediately collide with Maki's blade with vicious force. But much to his astonishment, the propulsion of her blade was able to cleave through his katana, breaking it. From here, Maki was sure of her victory, but her father was unfazed, and before she even knew it, her inwards were coming out of her side. To her surprise, cursed energy was coming from the broken blade. And now, with her bleeding out, he looked down at her with tears running from his eyes and say, "Why couldn't I become the head of the clan? Because my children are worthless." Yikes, what a horrible chapter for Maki. Emotional and physical abuse on a crazy level. It almost doesn't even feel real. There's no way her story ends here, right? There's no way Maki and Mai are both done here right before the culling games, right? JJK sure has no mercy on his characters. But anyway, really solid chapter. It's unfortunate we had to see Maki take all of that on, but I'm holding out hope that this isn't the end for her. But share your thoughts below. Do you really think this is it? Do you guys really think the story of Maki and Mai end here? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. With that said, as always, if you want more JJK content, drop a like and subscribe to Plot with notifications on to never miss an upload. We upload almost daily and would love to have you join in on our discussions. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, check out our Patreon link in the description below, and also our Instagram and Twitter pages where we update you on all the latest and greatest anime and manga news. Until next time, keep that plot armor on you. I'm KJ. Have a great day. Goodbye.